everybody, it is January 15th, 2024, and today is Spend Monday. I am answering specific questions, so if you have any of them for me, ask down below. I just want to start by saying that I'm not a financial advisor or a professional. I am simply here for educational and entertainment purposes. All right, so talking about spending, I get a lot of people who ask, how do I not spend my whole paycheck? So I'm going to go over 4 of the most common things that I hear about it and then what my suggestion is. So the first thing I usually hear is that it's scary not spending everything. There are a lot of people who they want to spend it. If they've got $50, they want to go ahead and put it towards something more, maybe paying off debt as soon as possible, or maybe they have FOMO and they want to go in and rush in and buy a stock or a crypto while they feel like the price is good. They don't want to miss out on something. They just have a fear of allowing money to sit anywhere because still money is dead money, as they say. And so it's just scary to them to let their money be anywhere, so they keep spending it. Number 2 thing that I hear all the time is money burns a hole in my pocket. I know I've got $75 in my pocket and it'd be fun to go see a movie with my friend and go out and have some food afterwards, or maybe I really want those new shoes or that new purse. And if I know I've got the money, then I'm going to do it, period. I know I've been working hard. I know I'll keep working hard, so it's okay. I'll spend all the money. I hear that a lot too. Number 3, I can't set money aside. I have too many bills. I hear this a lot from a lot of people. They go ahead and they have student loans, they have mortgages, they have subscription services, they have kid bills and kid expenses, and the list just goes on and on and on and on and on. And some people could probably literally make a list of all of their bills. And so they don't know how, literally they don't know how they're not going to spend their whole paycheck without destroying or setting off the balance. And point number 4 that I hear is, I want to enjoy my life and that takes money. I'm worth getting my nails done. I'm worth going ahead and getting those new shoes. I just want to enjoy my life. I got this opportunity to go out and see this cool event with this cool person. I'm going to take advantage of it. You only live once, YOLO. And I hear that quite often. So what I'm going to suggest to you, my point number 5, is reevaluate your priorities. I mean, if you're asking this question, how do I not spend my whole paycheck, then I hope you're serious. I hope you're trying to actually understand how. And the number 1 way to do that is to understand your priorities. Write them out. Get them out of just your, whatever, however I feel, whatever I want to do. Yeah, I'll just go with the flow. Stop doing that. Write it down. Figure out your priorities. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, but I have, through life lessons, I would definitely suggest your first priority, if you're just starting out, is get a 6-month emergency fund. If you don't have a 6-month emergency fund, something happens. The economy changes, things that are completely outside of your control. Something happens and your situation changes, and you need to be able to take care of yourself and your loved ones. That would be my first suggestion. Point number 6. So if you're what I call an S4, as you remember in the spend account, there's 4 different ones. S1, S2, S3, and S4. S4 uses between 99% and 100+% of their income, and they spend it. Anything that comes in is going out. And sometimes for a lot of people, it's under. I mean, they are literally making some money, but they're spending more money using credit, using lines of credit, that kind of thing. So if you are in that position, I just want you to consider the possibility if bankruptcy would be good for you. I want you to talk to a professional, not me, go to a professional, show them your situation, ask them if bankruptcy would be good for you. It is on your record for 7 to 10 years. And yeah, you're not going to be allowed to take on too much debt. You're not going to be allowed to get yourself back into trouble. View it as a blessing if you're in that position. And 7 to 10 years is a very good amount of time to get your School of Hard Knocks PhD in how to handle your finances. Dave Ramsey, which I'm not affiliated with, I'm not being paid to promote him, but he is really good for people who are in that S4 category. He's really good about saying, hey, rethink about debt. Why are you getting into debt? Why would you even consider taking on debt you know you can't pay off? So I would suggest that you check him out. So my point number 7 is when people come to me and, maybe you've worked really hard on it and you've gotten your priorities and you say, okay, I have some cash set aside. Now what do I do with it? Because some people spend money just because they literally don't know what to do with it. They're like, well, it's just sitting there doing nothing. I might as well use it for fun or to help other people and that kind of thing. My suggestion is, like I said, the first step, 6-month emergency fund. Once you've got that 6-month emergency fund and it's what we call liquid, meaning you can access that money very quickly. If you had, say, an app where you had a stock and you put your 6-month emergency fund into that, and you know that within 5 to 7 business days you could get your money back into your bank account, I would say that's liquid enough. But if you have it locked up in something where you cannot touch it for, say, 5 years, that's not really a good emergency fund. That might be a great investment, but it's not a good emergency fund, because in an emergency, you need it pretty quickly. So my last point I'm going to leave with you is, if you prioritize your capital, you'll make progress. So many people take their paycheck and say all of it is just money. It's just money, and that's how they view it, as money, and they use money and they spend money. But if you could start seeing a portion of your paycheck as capital, that's your seed money for growing more money, for growing your future freedom and retirement, then you're gonna make progress. When you start seeing that part of that paycheck is capital and you want to grow your capital, you're gonna make a lot more progress. That is my Spend Monday, episode 11. How do I not spend my whole paycheck? If I give you some value, please like and like, share, and subscribe so that we can grow the channel to 1,000 subscribers. We did have this video recorded earlier, and unfortunately the microphone fizzled out, so we had to re-record it, but we got it up there. That's part of life. That's part of how you do, is especially when you're running a business, when you're doing something, you need to stay consistent. So even if you have setbacks, be consistent. And I only bring that up because if you are setting aside a portion of your paycheck for your capital, and then one paycheck, you don't set it aside, that's okay. That happens. We all have those glitches and those setbacks. Just the next time around, reprioritize. I re-recorded this video and I started going to it again because it needed to be done. I want you to understand, it's not about doing it pretty. It's not about doing it perfect. That will definitely give you negative results if you think that it has to be perfect. It just has to be good enough to be good enough. So setting aside, maybe your first paycheck, you only set aside $1. That's good enough. That's absolutely good enough, because you're starting that process. And trust me, I've been to those places where spending $1 was a huge calculation, and how am I going to feed the kids, and what's going on. I've been there. So there is no amount that is too small to take seriously. What matters, and that's the whole your money sign, what matters is creating these habits, creating these mental priorities, and really focusing your mindset to make sure that you come back to it every time and that you eventually make progress. Eventually this video got made and it got put out there and you're watching it right now. So you know what? It was good enough. And I want you to remember that with your finances. Whatever you're trying to prioritize and do, it's good enough. Just consider how it works. And if you haven't yet, in the link below, there'll be a description to your money sign. Sorry, we still haven't gotten the camera in where it'll actually be accurate. I know this is flipped on this phone, but check it out in the description below and you'll find all the information that you need. So thank you so much. If I gave you value, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. We're trying to grow the channel to 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, I will catch you on the next side. Bye.